This is the Helpful Lockpicker here, and the video I have for you today is a challenge lock made by Keyz. This is my first Keyz challenge lock. It looks like it has the quickset KW1 keyway. The key sticks a little bit, but it works well. It says it was pinned by Keyz on 4/21/17, and the key sticks do not turn. It didn't come mummied up, but this is the bitting that came with it. So this is the lock that I picked on the plane the other day. So what I learned is that no one really cares if you pick a lock on the plane, but it isn't very comfortable. It was a night flight, so it was dark, and I felt like I was disturbing people if I turned my overhead light on, and it was pretty cramped and loud. I have a greater appreciation for the auditory feedback you get when you pick a lock, because I really couldn't hear any of the clicks when I was picking this lock, and I was very cramped and uncomfortable. But now I have a greater appreciation for the difference between picking a lock in a public setting versus picking one in the comfort of your own home. But I'd like to try to get this lock open for you now, and I'm very curious to see what's inside of it. I'm going to try to get it open lock in hand. I have my top of the keyway tension in 50 thousandths. It's a little bit loose, so it may fall out, and then the plug's got some play to it already. And I'm going to just use my standard hook here, and let's see what it takes to get this lock open. Counter rotation off at 2, a little click on 3. 4 is giving me a click now. 5, a little click. Let's see. 1, click. I'm afraid I'm going to drop my tension wrench. I'm going to stick this bottom of the keyway tension in for a second here. And we're open. This one little zip must have overset something. Alright, that was a fun little lock. So I got some counter rotation on some of the pins, and I think it might have been 3 felt pretty crunchy. 4 was a very hard binding pin. I don't know if there's any threading in there or not, but let's get this lock opened up. Let's see. We're going to attempt to not lock this up again as we take the back off. Just making sure that there's no weird places on the warding here so the pins will get stuck. But seeing that it's a challenge lock, I'm going to just use a shim just for good measure here. I've heard good things about the Keyz lock, so I'm really excited to see what we find in here. Alright, so I can already tell 1, 2, and 5 are threaded, the chambers, but let's see. 1 looks like a standard, kind of like a Schleg pin. 2 is like a spooled key pin with some serrations on the top. And 1 and 2 are threaded key pin chambers. 3 is kind of like that spool shaped key pen. 4 is a very tall key pen and it's double serrated. And 5 is just serrated. So on the chambers here, it's 1, 2, and 5 are threaded. And now get out the driver pins. Looks like a serrated chalice kind of pen. Almost looks like a trophy. That's kind of cool. And a copper spring. Let's see. Ooh, this is a some sort of serrated pin and pen kind of thing. That's really cool, actually. That'd probably explain why I had to zip it a little bit to get it open. And this, alright, just so I remember, this goes on the part where the spring is. And it's a steel spring. Let's see. Up. We got another pen and pen. With a little cap at the end there. And copper spring. Alright, some of this feedback that the lock was giving me makes a little bit more sense because it kind of felt like what I was picking was changing at any moment. 4. Kind of got like that teeth pen little bottom to it that can get stuck and prevent you from getting an open. Little serration on it. Five, just a really nice serrated pen. Bobby Keyz, really great job with the penning. You put a lot of time into this to really make a good lock. I'm going to grab my flashlight and see what the inside looks like. It doesn't really look like they're threaded on the inside. Kind of hard to tell. But I'm going to get you a shot of the penning in a second here, but I don't know if you can see the threading in here on 1, 2, and 5. But let's get you a good close-up of this really good penning here. I'm going to try to upload a photo too of this so you guys can really see it up close. But 1 looks like a standard key pen. 2's got that kind of spool and serration. 3's kind of got that barrel spooly kind of key pen. 4 is really serrated. 5's got some real fine serrations. And then on the driver pens, 1's this kind of trophy looking serrated key pen. 2 is the pen and pen. 3 is the pen and pen. 4 is that kind of like T-pen serrated that really got stuck. And 5's got some really great serrations. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe. As always, thank you so much for checking this out, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.